Now that we know how to create an initial response toolkit, as well as how to create a batch file of the initial response toolkit, it is now imperative for us to have a clear understanding on how to create a disk image or how to perform data duplication on an image or on a file using certain tools. So for this particular exercise, we're going to be using what we call Access Data FTK Imager. We're going to use Access Data FTK Imager to create a disk image or to create our data duplicate. Then when we've managed to grasp how powerful this tool is, we're also going to be use another tool that I'm going to tell you in a few minutes. But however, in order for you to use this tool, you first of all need to download this Access Data FTK Imager. So since I know that most of you guys have not downloaded this software, this tool, I'm going to give you time or an opportunity for you to download this file or this tool. Then I'm going to do a demonstration on how you can create an image using the Access Data FTK Imager. So once you have completed to download and then to install it on your machines, to open this, we double click on Access Data FTK Image. A dialog box will pop up. Do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device, this FTK Imager? If I click on yes, then straight it will take me to the dashboard of this tool or of this software or of this application. So this FTK Imager, there are lots of things that you can do with this Access Data FTK Imager. So since we said we want to create a disk image, what you do when you want to create a disk image, you go to the top left corner, you click on File. When you click on File, there are lots of options that you have. You can add evidence item, you can add all attached devices, image mounting, capture memory, obtain protected files. But in this particular case, we want to create a disk image. So you scroll down and click on Create Disk Image. When you click on Create Disk Image, it's going to request you to select the source. It's going to request you to select the source. So in this particular case, if your source is a physical drive, like for instance, if you seize a physical drive from where the incident has occurred, you can connect the physical drive to your machine and click on physical drive. If it is a logical drive, you do the same. So in this particular case, we said we want to create an image file. So let's click on next and see what happens. So when you click on image file, it will give you an option for you to actually enter the source path or browse the source path. For a particular case, we want to we want to create a disk image of the pen drive that is actually inserted on my laptop, of the pen drive that is on my laptop. So it should be drive D. So in this particular case, we'll select logical drive. So when select logical drive, it will say please select from the following available drives. In this particular case, my drive is D. So if I select on D, it will give me an option. I can either enable automate multiple removable media, or I can just click on finish, such that we'll see, in order for us to see the next thing that will happen. So when I click on finish, our image source is D. Now it's requesting for us the destination of where we want to create the image. So if we have another drive, we can, let's say for instance, if I have another drive that is connected on my machine, let's say for instance E, I'll select add, then E. But in this particular case, since our image source is D, our image destination now, we'll click on add. So it says select image type. So when we're selecting image type, it will give us an option, please select the destination image type that we want. In this particular case, we want to create a raw DD, or a raw data duplicate. So when I click on raw DD, I'll click on raw DD, then click next. So you will discover that in forensics, sometimes an investigator might be working on several cases. So it is important for us to track the cases that we are investigating using case numbers. So in this particular case, since this is our first case, it's 001. Then if we have an evidence number, we'll put an evidence number. If you want to a unique description, you can say, let's say for instance, executive diploma analysis. This information will actually help you to remember what a particular case is all about. And the examiner, let's just say the examiner is Walter M. If you have any notes that you want to put, you can put those notes. If you don't have, you just click on next. So now it will ask you to select an image destination. That's where I was saying, if you have another drive that you want to, or if you want to create several working copies, this is where you can actually select the image destination. In a particular case, let's try and create this. Let's try and create select the destination folder for the image as G, as the drive G. The moment I select on G and press OK, then image file name, we want to give the image a file name that will actually help us to remember. So in this particular case, we can say executive. Sorry about that, I didn't click. Okay, we can just repeat it. Add, go to next. Sorry, let me just case 00 number 1. Unique description, we can say executive diploma analysis. Then the name of the examiner is Walter M. If you have any notes, you put them here. You click on next. It will require a destination. We'll select this as our destination. We need to make a new folder and we'll call it forensics. So then OK, then here we want to give a file name to the image. In this particular case, we can say executive diploma analysis. That will be our file name. Then when we click on finish, we now want to create the image. There's an option to verify images after they are created, to pre-calculate progress statistics, to create directory listings of all files in the image after they are created. So when we click on start, we are now creating our image. So depending on how big the file is, this process might actually take a little bit of time. So for the purpose of demonstration, you should make sure that your pen drive doesn't have lots of files or lots of things on it, such that it will quickly create the image for you. But in this particular case, let's just give it time and see how much it will take to create the image. So okay, the progress bar is also taking a little bit of time. Let's see what will happen when it's done.